Wednesday, September 3rd, market analysis, Stan Ehrlich. Good afternoon, 1:43 California time, a little bit after the standard close at 1 o'clock California time. We had a good rally today, up about 3 points, 3.5 points on the E-mini. It did close the gap on the SPY and the QQQ. You'll see in a moment. Well, I'll tell you in a moment. So, I have not abandoned in any stretch of the imagination my expectation that there's going to be a big break into October. October lows, and if you want the report, all you have to do is email me at info@ersignals.com. Right there. Oops. Okay. And I'll send it to you. Graphics, historical evidence, etc., etc. I'll let you make the final decision, of course. I think it's topping out. I think we're running out of momentum. I think we're about to have a breakdown to at least 62.43, and breaking below that on a closing basis would pretty much cement my expectations of a significant amount lower into October. But we got to get there and do it first. Nice rally at the end of the day. Close the gap on the spider. The low on Friday, we came up to it, plus a bit more. Not only that, we gapped up early this morning, and then we went back down to get to the high of yesterday to close an upside gap this morning. So now the spider has no gap. And it closed on a firm note. But again, that can be very misleading. I am still expecting Tierra del Fuego, heading south, land of fire, slang for head south. Next, looking for lower levels. I think this rally is going to stall out. Next, the head and shoulder top in the QQQ pretty much killed because of the strength. The whole day is spent above the neckline. I was hoping for a gap closure, which we got, but then the same day today, dropping down below the neckline on a close. Didn't get that. In the next couple of days, if we do close below the neckline, especially below yesterday's low, then I'll start talking about it again. But this is most of the time killing the pattern. So in the next day or two, I'll probably erase the neckline and the downside objective. Next, 5-minute chart doesn't help me much one way or the other on the Qs. Next, the head and shoulder top of the NASDAQ, of course, like the QQQ, is now very much in jeopardy, probably dead, and going to be erased, but I'm still looking for lower lows. And the 5-minute chart doesn't help us a lot today. Next, YM, bearish engulfing yesterday, ER sell signal, the only one of the indexes yesterday, but thank God I got one. Hopefully it's going to work, and it still closed lower. Everything else a little bit higher. Why? Because this one had the reversal. That's all I can say. Looking for lower levels on the 5-minute, obviously, also. Now, the Russell, and what was that? That was the YM, Dow Jones, sorry. The Russell is still in a major area of resistance and starting to roll over. No signals, not much to work with, looking for a little bit lower. And the 5-minute chart, of course, the same thing. Now, bonds. We have an unusually large bullish engulfing outside up day in the bond market. Lower than yesterday's low, much higher than yesterday's high, and closing above yesterday's high as well. So, this implies a little bit more of a rally. The only thing I can say is an upside breakout, a close above 115.27, call it 116, would be normally quite bullish. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that this rally is not going to go very far. I think it's going to turn down and make lows under today's low on a close within a week or two, maybe fairly quickly. 10-year notes, simply a strong up day, back up to resistance. looking for it to roll back down. And crude oil, heat unleaded. We've got a big down day in crude. New low close for the last 5 days or so. Probably going to follow through. Looking for a test of support, that's 62-ish and a little under 61. Next, new high close on natural gas. Head and shoulder top has not changed at all. I still can expect, without any problem, a move all the way up to 3.4, although I really don't think that's going to happen. This has been a relatively significant, consistent down move. We just have a overdue rally of a modest nature. Anytime now when I get a sell signal of any sort, I'm going to be calling for new lows real soon. Next, higher high, lower close, heating oil, a little bit bearish. Big pennant formation starting. The beginning of the bear move, bearish engulfing ER sell signal, great. This was a gigantic profitable scalping day. And a follow through the next day if you held overnight. Good potential profits. Don't know how you got in, don't know how you got out, but I do know how I did. Next, gold. Overbought 30 days in a row, up to and including new historic highs. But these overbought conditions, I never want to buy into. So I'm expecting a downside retracement. Although the new historic highs does cause me some concern about how far down and whether it's going to make new highs after that. So I'm looking for a retracement to 35.35. Next, silver. Same sort of situation. Retracement probably down to at least 39.5. Overbought 4 days in a row. Next, also platinum. Overbought 3 days in a row. Up to a resistance level, stop, turn back a little bit. I'd be looking for a retracement back to 1376, 1374 actually, and we'll see what happens when it gets there. High-grade copper, a little more follow-through, but a poor close. I don't know. I just don't have any faith in this. I don't think a rally's going to last very long or go very far. Not particularly all that interesting. Might get all the way back up to 5. I really don't have much faith in that. Next, new low close in soybeans. Again, despite the fact that I continue to mention to you people that so far I have a longer term, much more bullish objective if the market will hold at reasonable levels on this dip, which could last a little longer. But the bottom has developed for over a year. 4 major lows relatively close to each other. We've already started to make new highs for a couple of months. I really need a close above 1076. And of course, the ultimate major breakout is above 11. Next, we continue to hold in soybean oil above the neckline, a little bit of a down day. As long as it stays above the neckline, it's got a head and shoulder bottom that could, might still work. That upside objective is 62.62 or a little less. Next, slightly lower close, soybean meal, nothing changing, looking for a low, not oversold, could come down a bit more, and then a big turn up. This next time it's going to get up to resistance and going to go through it. Next, a little bit lower close on a minor little reversal on corn, no big deal. We did get the bottom of the market in the corn market almost to the exact day with a bullish engulfing green ER buy signal. Crossed the bear trend line, came back down to it with a bullish engulfing, and turned around and rallied for a couple of days. And today it's down a little bit, no big deal. Wheat, minor new low on a close, not the lowest low. We did get the bottom of the market so far, but it didn't go very far. On the bullish engulfing ER buy signal, it is the low day so far. But again, we never got much of a rally out of it. So I'm looking for it to turn around and start to make new highs. Next, we've got Shell. Resistance has stopped the rally, starting to come back down. Lower close for approximately a week and a half. looking for lower levels. And if I'm right about the stock market and indexes, it's going to be a substantial amount of lower lows. All stocks on the average, Apple, gapped up, potential exhaustion gap, but break away from this resistance level. It could go up a little bit more. It's only the first day overbought. Modestly friendly, but very suspicious. Next, Tesla. Little bounce, little higher close, nothing interesting. Waiting for it to break down below this little trend line here, the yellow or gold, whatever line color you got. On a closing basis, 320 basically or lower, then I'm going to be looking for a sharp break. Next, we've got the NVIDIA. Bullish engulfing, did okay for a few days. Gigantic, or rather large, that is, bearish engulfing. Not overbought, so it's not a red sell signal. We did get one over here. Then we had a little bit higher high. Then we have a match of the highest high today, so that's now a double or triple top a few days ago, not today. Today we're oversold. We had a gap down yesterday. Tried to come up and close the gap somewhat, not quite, but maybe in the next day or two, and then down. Looking for lower levels. Next, we're back to the E-mini. You guys have a great day and profitable trading to you.